Is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, and verse 6. Let no man deceive you with vain words, for because of these things cometh the wrath of the Most High upon the children of disobedience. Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 6. Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to our venerable apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the Lord's elect, the house of David. All right, so Brother Haran coming back at you with another lesson, Lord willing to be edifying and uplifting unto the elect. All right, and I just want to go into this real article. I want to go into this article real quick. All right, and before I do that, all right, I'm going to read this quick quote here. All right, is by Voltaire. Okay, it says, "In order to lead the mob out of their present oppression into a new subjection, those who directed the conspiracy must order those they control to lie, not timidly or for a while only, but like the very devil, boldly and always." This is what Voltaire said. So I have this article here which I want to go into, and it's titled, "Brain Implant Startup Backed by Bezos and Gates is Testing Mind-Controlled Computing on Humans." Okay. In a Brooklyn lab stuffed with 3D printers and a makeshift pickleball court, employees at a brain interface startup called Synchron are working on technology designed to transform daily life for people with paralysis. This is how they pitch the lie to the people. We are creating these things to form or to serve as some type of, saving grace, some type of something that helps the people in the overall concept when you look at it, which ultimately is all leading to the enslavement of humanity and the death of a lot of people. Ultimately, when Yahushua gets back, this technology is going to be destroyed. And those who are part of this technology or this new age of doing things will be destroyed. Let's not get that twisted. Okay? And that's why the Lord set us out here to give warning so that his elect can wake up and find salvation in the words that we speak. Okay? The rest are going to be destroyed. Forget about them. And it's going to start here in Israel. There are a lot of men who know that they're Israelites and actually go out there and claim to teach. All right? Remember, there's a way to do things. The Apostle Paul said, "Let all things be done decently and in order." The order starts from Yahushua HaMashiach. And it passes on down, and he has set men up on this earth to maintain that order. It's very simple. And anyone who's not a part of that order, you will be destroyed. Because where else are you going to go? When Yahushua himself comes back and you're not in order, what happens to you? You will be destroyed. Period. All right? So let's continue. It says, "The Synchron switch is implanted through the blood vessels to allow people with no or very limited physical mobility to operate technology such as coursers and smart home devices using their mind. So far, the nascent technology has been used on 3 patients in the US and 4 in Australia." Guess what? Those people who've been tested on is either they're going to die before Yahushua gets here, or Yahushua going to put them to death when he gets back. Understand that. If you take that so-called implant that's in this person's head, that's a fulfillment of biblical prophecy. Okay, this is what John the Revelator saw, because guess what? If you can use that brain, whatever device in your head to interact with AI, that opens up the way for you to make purchases and so on and so forth. Okay? It says, "I've seen moments between patient and partner or patient and spouse where it's incredibly joyful and empowering to have regained an ability to be a little bit more independent than before," Synchron CEO Tom Oxley told CNBC in an interview. "It helps them engage in ways that we take for granted." Like what? The Lord created us the way we are. You devils created a system that causes people to get sick, all right, so that you could come up with this technology to heal them and say that you've changed their life. You destroyed their life. So obviously they're going to look at you as, "Oh man, this thing is going to save me. Oh man." They say that America has the most unhealthy people but yet they pay the most in health insurance. Now you tell me how that makes sense. How does that even make sense? And you have all these different countries that don't mess with Esau's lab-created so-called treatments, and they're perfectly fine. Look what happened with the whole C-19 situation. The countries who said, nah, we're not taking this jump shot, we don't want your safe and effective, drugs. They said, we'll live how we normally live. We don't want your big pharma safe and effective bullshit over here. Okay? Big pharma is in the pockets of everyone, the government included. We don't want no parts of that. And guess what happened? Those people are perfectly fine. But look at the land of Israel. Them Amalekites over there, again, they getting cooked. All right? After taking this jump shot. Look at the people in Australia. They're just not reporting about it. Look at China. They're just not going to talk about it. Canada, they're not going to talk about it. Even here in the U.S. Okay? For all we know, all this so-called sudden death, blah, 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 that's been happening, the numbers are skewed. Because when you go into the VAERS system, even before, I'll say about a year before they even started reporting it on TV and saying, oh, myocarditis and this and that, people were already getting cooked by the millions. And they were only reporting a few thousand every now and again. Like when you read the percentages, it was like the VAERS was only reporting like 0.1% of the deaths or some shit like that. And I'm like, yo, these are high numbers, like in the millions, and it's 0.1%. Damn. So they're creating a lie, like we just read, Voltaire said, like the very devil, okay? Not timidly, not for a while, but like the very devil, you got to do it boldly and always. That's why they always lie. They'll lie and lie and lie and lie and lie because that's who they are, the devils that the Bible speaks of. Let's get a quick precept on that. Okay? This is who they are, and that's why they're being exposed. All right? That's why they're being exposed. This is a book of Psalm chapter 58 and verse 3. It says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Okay? Speaking lies. All right, let's see. There's a book of 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 20. It says, O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science falsely so called. And that's what they do. Well, you got to trust the science. All right. Oh, does the scientists say this? Well, the Most High said this. Who the fuck is a scientist here to tell us what to do and how to live? A so-called scientist, a so-called expert. The other day I saw on the TV, it was actually a clip that I saw on YouTube, but I think it was from one of these news stations, CBS or one of them. And they had a lady come up to tell the world or explain to the world what's actually happening with all these, people dying and all this shit. And not once did she mention the jump shot as a possibility. The concept of cause and effect. No, they don't even talk about that at all. Okay, so she goes around, she beats around the bush, and it was a pretty big bush, and she beat around all that shit. All right, and didn't even touch the topic once. She said, oh, people are not exercising enough. Oh, you just didn't get to the hospital in time. That's why you died. Oh, shit. And they say, oh, young children, heart attacks has become it's a big thing for these children nowadays. Maybe it's the food that they eat. Yeah, that plays a role. But man, we got to address what actually is the situation. What's actually causing all of this? People are waking up and connecting the dots, so you better be ready for the next narrative. All right, this whole climate shit, get ready for that. Okay, all these train derailments happening, get ready for that. It's something being brewed up and it's going to blow. Big time. Explode. And it's going to be that sudden destruction that nobody's expecting. But they're going to have to go through it. And guess what? Your government is not going to be there to save you. As a matter of fact, they're behind the problems that are about to face the world very soon. In order to lead the mob out of their present oppression into a new subjection by using AI, those who directed the conspiracy, who are those? It goes all the way back to Adam Weishaupt. Okay, 1776, with the concept of the so-called Illuminati, the New World Order, so to speak. All right, and when you go into Latin, it says what? Novus Ordo Seclorum, which is New Order of the Ages. Okay, and then they also have something known as the Ordo Abkeo. All right, Ordo Abkeo, which is order out of chaos. All right, is it Order Abkeo? Order Abkeo. Okay, or is Ordo? I think is either or. I always trip up on that. All right, but they for them to bring about this so-called New World, whatever, we always talk about this. All right, this conspiracy that's becoming a fact because now they say it. Oh, we need a New World Order. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, you niggas not even gonna hide this shit no more? They have to come out and say it. Okay? And the scriptures tell you that there's gonna come a time, the Apostle Paul said it, and we're gonna get into it, that there's gonna come a time where these devils are gonna be coming in the spirit of Satan, meaning they're gonna be adverse to everything that's called life and righteousness. And we're seeing that right now. Okay? And that's the way they have to go in order to actually bring about this this beast system. Okay, they have to deceive the world into thinking that this is actually a beneficial thing that everybody should do and must do, and you'll be facing the penalty of death if you don't do it. Okay? So let's read. It says, founded in 2012, Synchron is part of the burgeoning brain-computer interface, BCI, or BCI industry. It says a BCI is a system that deciphers brain signals and translates them into commands for external technologies. This is what John the Revelator saw. The right hand and the forehead, this is what it's talking about. The metapon. That's the word when you go into that word forehead. All right, in the Greek, it's metapon. And what are these people talking about? Metaverse. And to be in a metaverse, don't you put a certain device over your head? Okay? But that's just ingratiating people, all right, into using that, you know what? It'll be implanted instead of having it over your head and covering your eyes. All right, it'll be literally that technology will be implanted in your head where with a switch of a button, your whole reality will change. Instead of having the glasses to watch the reality, it will be happening in your head. Okay? They'll be reading your brain waves. All right? AI going to be reading all that. They have the technology for it. So now it's about to be brought to the forefront for the people to experience it. Okay? So continuing, it says, perhaps the best known name in the space is Neuralink. Thanks to the high profile of founder Elon Musk, who is also the CEO of Tesla, SpaceX, and Twitter. Okay? But Musk isn't the only tech billionaire wagering on the eventual transition of BCI from radical science experiment to flourishing medical business. In December, Synchron announced a $75 million financing round that included funding from the investment firms of Microsoft, plus co-founder Killbabes, and Amazon co-founder Jeff Bezos. Okay? Jefe Bezos. And you know what's funny? He's the same guy who owns Whole Foods. Okay? And what's Whole Foods' new technology? They got something known as Amazon One. All right? Where I believe when you go into Whole Foods, you could just wave your hand and you can make payments that way. Okay? And then now in certain Whole Foods around the country, all right, you need to have a QR code, all right, or you must pre-register and everything. And I think the latest one that I saw, in order for you to enter into the store, by the way, and then the other parts where in order for you to actually complete a purchase, right? So they'll scan. All that you see there is systems, right? And then you just scan your fingerprints, right? So then it registers in the system. So whenever you come by next time, you just swipe your hand, and because it reads your fingerprints, it can make a transaction, and you're good to go. They got that right now. They already have that right now. That's the technology that's going to stay, because it will be the same technology that will be working for scanning your C-hip for those who are going to take it. Okay, it's very easy to see, man. All right, they telling you. I mean, what else is there to argue about? See, the Lord is making this prophecy plain as day, because that's what's next. That's coming. That is coming, man. All right, and anyone and everyone who take it, don't make the mistake of thinking you're going to pop it out and you're going to die. Okay? It's a device created created for death. Okay, the harbinger of death, Satan, all right, is coming in telling you that this is supposed to save you, and you're gonna take it. You just haven't learned anything from any story in life. Then that's probably what it is. Your life is about to be a story, a sad ending with it. It says more scalable. In August 2020, the Food and Drug Administration granted Synchron the breakthrough device designation, which is for medical devices that have the potential to provide improved treatment for debilitating or life-threatening conditions. The following year, Synchron became the first company to receive an investigational device exemption from the FDA to conduct trials of a permanently implantable BCI in human patients. The FDA? Really? What the hell do they got to do with this? They gave them what? An investigational device exemption. So they don't gotta, they basically get immunity from this thing being investigated, like for real. What is this really about? All right. Can we actually use this on people? What are the ethical, whatever that goes with it? You know? They're telling investigational device exemption. The fuck? You see? It says Synchron is enrolling patients in an early feasibility trial, which aims to show that the technology is safe to put in humans. Yo, we're here. 6 patients, of course. 6 will be implanted with Synchron's BCI during the study, and Chief Commercial Officer Kurt Hagstrom said the company is currently about halfway through. You about to be full way through soon. All right. It says the company has no revenue yet, and a spokesperson said Synchron isn't commenting on how much the procedure will eventually cost. While many competitors have to implant their BCIs through open brain surgery, let's hear this. Synchron relies on a less invasive approach that builds on decades of existing endovascular techniques, the company said. Very interesting. Very interesting. See, it's becoming more and more of a reality, man. Look, that it seems like eventually what they're going to probably create is a device that will be able to put that, you know what, in your head, right? Just like how the needle goes into your hand. All right. But we'll see. They're moving very fast. So these devils, man, before they even mention this type of technology, they already have it. You see, they've been testing on it. They have it. They just want to see, you know, the reaction of the people before they bring it out. See? It says Synchron's BCI is inserted through the blood vessels. Oh, shit. Okay. All right. Which Oxley calls the natural highways, to the brain. Synchron's stent, called the stentrode, is fitted with tiny sensors and is delivered to the large vein that sits next to the motor cortex. The strenode or stentrode is connected to an antenna that sits under the skin in the chest and collects raw brain data. Oh man. That it sends out of the body to external devices. Jeez. Man. It says Peter Yo, Senior Director of Neuroscience at Synchron, said, since the device is not inserted directly into the brain tissue, the quality of the brain signal isn't perfect. But the brain doesn't like being touched by foreign objects. Well, nigga, because it wasn't supposed to be touched by foreign objects, you damn devil. You're the only one on earth who's thinking like that. Oh, it's not supposed to be, but we're going to do it anyway. It says, and the less invasive nature of the procedure makes it more accessible. Listen to this. Esau, you a devil. Woo. It says, there's roughly about 2,000 interventionalists who can perform these procedures, Yo told CNBC. It's a little bit more scalable compared to, say, open brain surgery or burr holes, which only neurosurgeons can perform. Exactly. So they have to create a technology that could feed millions of people at a time. You think they got time? Every person who got to get the thing, imagine that. You got to go sit down, to pop your head brain wide open, and then you do a whole surgery just to go get it. Nah, they need to find a better way, because remember, this is a form of Esau tagging his slaves. they're not going to be spending millions of dollars on neurosurgeon technology just to put one small little grain of rice in people's heads, millions of people at a time. No, they need to find a better way, a faster way, an easier way to make it happen quick. Because ultimately, it's not, again, they're pitching it like it's something that will, cure diseases, paralysis, and all kinds of shit. Well, if that's the case, you have to be very careful. But they don't care about that. You notice what he said? He said, yeah, even though we're not supposed to touch it, we're going to have a less invasive way of doing it to make it just more accessible. We just need access to your brain. That's it. We don't really care about fixing you or any of that. So however we're going to get that thing inside the brain, that's what we're going to do. And do it quick. See? So they're telling you. All right, they're telling you. And this is quite a lot of reading. Okay, so I'm going to just wrap it up with this. Okay, but I want to go into this quick precept here. Okay, because again, like I said, we are in that time, man. And they're about to make a very big move, okay, to hasten this thing, to move this thing up quick. All right, Revelation 12:12 tells us that. So we know, and we're expecting that big move that they're about to make. All right, and most likely going to be some type of financial thing because they keep, bringing it up, predictive programming. They keep showing you, financial or some type of another type of outbreak or something, something that causes the whole world to just stand still, and then they come in and give the orders. All right, this is the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 6. It says, and now you know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time. Okay, who is that he? The wicked. Okay, who is the wicked on the earth bringing about all these wicked inventions? All right, we mentioned a few of them. All right, but they all fall underneath one category, which is a nation or a group of people, okay, which are known as the Edomites of the Bible, the one very nation that the Most High actually hates. Okay, and I can prove that to you right now. Okay, the Most High actually hates, all right, these devils. Okay, let me show you right now. All right, let me see if I can get this real quick. All right, this is the book of, let's do Romans. The book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 13, it says, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Okay, that's the one nation that the Most High actually uses those specific words. Okay, those specific words, and we're going to get that again in the book of Malachi, all right, to prove who the wicked are. Okay, it's the book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 1 says, the burden of the word of the Lord Yahweh to Israel by Malachi. And this is where the apostle Paul actually spoke in the book of Romans we just read. All right, he was actually quoting this in the Old Testament. So once again, the Old Testament being fulfilled in the New. Okay, and we are actually in the second part of the New Testament. All right, New Testament basically 2.0. Okay, or the latter of the New Testament, because the Lord did tell us that, we're going to go and prophesy this word, all right, into the uttermost part of the earth. Okay, at that time, we were in Jerusalem when he told us that. All right, he also told John that in the last days, he's going to basically come back and prophesy to many nations and many kingdoms. All right, so we know that those men, we're all back here again. Okay, we're all back here again. So continuing the book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 2, it says, I have loved you, saith the Lord Yahweh, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith the Lord Yahweh, yet I loved Jacob. Right? So there's a difference. The Most High is making a choice, clear distinction. There are two people being spoken of, Jacob and Esau, two brothers. Now the Lord specifically said, were they not brothers? They are brothers, right? Biological, right? And if I'm supposed to be the Heavenly Father, am I going to be choosing between two brothers? Let's read. It says, I have loved you, saith the Lord Yahweh. Who? Israel, Jacob. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord Yahweh? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau. And I laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. That's about to happen. Okay? Now that happened in the past, all right, but it's about to happen again. Okay? When you read the book of Revelation, the 18th chapter, that's talking about the destruction, the waste that's going to happen to America. And after that, all right, it tells you, I believe in the book of Isaiah, or Jeremiah, all right, tells you about how America is going to be looking like a wasteland, okay? And the Arabians shall not pitch tent there, all right? So let's finish this. And let me see. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let me see something. All right, what's going to actually happen to America, Babylon the Great? Okay. All right, let me see. Let me see here. All right. The book of Isaiah. All right. The book of Isaiah, chapter 13 and verse 19, it says, "And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms," and America is that nation, that country, all right, that has basically ruled over the whole entire earth. All right. She has enjoyed a glorious time at the expense of everybody else on this earth. Okay. That's America for you. All right. They're in their glory, they're in their rulership seat, the so-called most powerful country, all this issue, blah, 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 whatever. Right. Demons. All right. It says what? "The beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when the Most High, or the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah." Okay. It says, "It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there." Okay, so what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah was what? The Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, destroyed it, all right, with what? Fire and brimstone. Why? Because of the deeds of the people, all right? The wickedness was so much so that it was only Lot and his family that was actually given the ability to leave up out of there, all right? And they represent the elect that are going to be delivered out of the coming destruction, the fire, okay, that's coming down upon Babylon the Great very soon. Okay. It says, but wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there, and the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. Okay. So the Lord is going to lay this land waste. All right, lay the mountains and heritage of Esau Edom waste for the dragons and for the dragons of the wilderness. All right, so going back to Malachi 1 and 4, it says, "Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places." That's what you're seeing now, a new world order. You know, oh, this old world is being. Look at the world. Look what's happening. Look at the destruction. You know, Klaus Schwab is always saying that shit. You know, oh, we're gripped with all these crises and poly crisis. You got this going on, the hunger crisis, this crisis, the fires, and you know, the war in Ukraine, and this, so many different things, disease, that, whatever, right? So those things constitute to make a land desolate, the plagues, all right, and ultimately the ultimate plague, which is what? The missiles, all right. But they're destroying the earth. And then they're saying, well, after all this, though, you know, it's a great chance, it's a great opportunity for us to improvise and bring this new technology. You know, we can create a new world, you know, with technology, with AI, right? And the masters of this new technological age will be the masters of our universe, pretty much, you know? So it's like a race against time to see who can make their technology fit where it's good enough for some type of rulership over the earth. Complete dominance, right? But it's not going to happen, okay? So they say that but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord Yahweh hath indignation forever. So that's part of the exposition or exposing that's happening. Okay? The people are waking up and going against these devils, all right, and calling them what? The border of wickedness. Man, these people are wicked. All right? When it comes to what? Wickedness, they are, you, nobody comes close. When you look through history, everything that has resulted in mass death or some type of destructive behavior has always came by the hands of these so-called white people, man, the Europeans. All right. Nobody on this earth has anything good to say about them. Every history book you read, or for the most part, it talks about some type of brute beast behavior by these same creatures who now wear suits and ties and tell us how the future is going to be, and we're going to eat bugs and own nothing and we'll be happy. Those are the devils that the Bible is speaking of. Okay, because that's not how the Most High intended for man to live, especially the Israelite man. So we're not going to sit for that. It's not going to happen. That's just what it is. And that's why they hate us so much and try to deem us as, oh, you guys are conspiracy theorists or you guys are hateful, because they have to push their lies, and the truth destroys their lies. Okay, so let's go back to 2 Thessalonians, because they're being what? Exposed, right? Because why? It's that time. Revelation, they're being revealed. 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 7. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 7, it says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he now who letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Okay, so they are the mystery, meaning what? Something that was for so long unknown. They call them what? Secret societies, you know, all this extra shit. Oh, the Illuminati, oh, da. And they were always behind some type of sinister shit, like we said earlier. Okay, sinister, going back to the word sinistre, which means left, the left hand. Okay, so they are working, and this goes all the way back to the Roman Empire, all right, because America is the spitting image of the Roman Empire. All right, hence the image of the beast. Okay, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. All right, that's the Most High. Okay, when the time comes, the appointed time comes, you will be taken out of the way. Okay, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. Jeez. All right, with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. And he, the him, that same him, the wicked, all right, being revealed, is the same one that Yahushua is about to destroy. Okay, so let's go into a few words here real quick. All right, it says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. Okay, all power and signs and lying wonders. So let's go into that word working. Okay, when you go into that word working, it goes into the Greek word energia. All right, energia, okay, which goes into basically the word energy. Okay, and when you go into that word energy in the Strong's definition, it goes into what? Your operation. Okay, your operation. Hence, you always hear them operation this, operation that, because it's through those operations that they bring this type of outcomes. Okay, it's Operation Warp Speed, Operation this, that, Operation that. You know, that's part of their workings, their energy that they come about. Okay, to what? To deceive and to bring about death. Okay, it's their force of expression. All right, their operations. All right, energia. Okay, so let's go into, now that we understand what that word working, all right, means. It says even him who's coming. All right, there are things that they're doing is after the working, meaning the spirit behind it, the operations behind it is of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. Okay, Satan meaning what? Adversary. They're adverse to reality of what? The prophecies, which is the Israelites waking up. All right, their new world order being crushed, Yahushua coming back, destroying this place and setting up his kingdom right here on earth, and everything just becomes perfect. Okay, and the Israelites are going to be ruling with these other nations under our feet. That's the biblical prophecy. Why do you think the so-called Jays are perpetrating that they are us? You know, but yet they don't fit any of the prophecies. You know, so that's how we know, all right, that we got the truth and they don't, and they're afraid. All right, because they prove it. They fit all the prophecies of what we're facing today. All right. So it says what? With power, with all power, okay, and signs and lying wonders. Okay, when you go into that word lying, all right, it goes into the word pseudos, all right, or pseudas, pseudas, I think. All right, it says what? Conscious and intentional falsehood. All right, conscious or an intentional falsehood. Okay, to be perverse. All right, and that's Esau, man. All right, they lie, they tell conscious and intentional falsehoods, man. You know, that's crazy. That's very crazy. Conscious and intentional falsehood. Wow. That's crazy. You know, and a lot of people are falling for this. And we tell them, like, why would anybody ever? Their job is to lie to you. We just read it, Voltaire, right? In order to lead the mob out of their present oppression into a new subjection, all right? Now it's not enough that they can spy on you on your phone, and you know, whatever it is that you got to buy, it goes through some type of bank so they know what you purchase. It's not enough. No, they want more. They want more. Okay, those who directed, all right, the conspiracy must order those they control to lie: the media, the governments, the doctors, the schools, the politicians. Okay. The so-called actors and musicians and celebrities and sports and all this, they're all controlled. Because how are they controlled? Money. Okay? Money. Not timidly or for a while only, but like the very devil, boldly and always. Okay? So constantly, everywhere you look, everywhere you turn, it's all filled with lies. We live in a world of lies. That is why you have something known as the truth. All right. So Esau is on his track, all right, of lies to what? To deceive the world in order to what? To lie to them so he can take over. So that's why when we tell the truth, the people listen and wait, what's happening? You know? All right. So let's read. It says, verse 10, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 10, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. All right. And for this cause, the Most High shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie. Okay. They should believe a lie. So they're literally putting their life, all right, on something that is not even true. That is a conscious and intentional falsehood. Okay. It's conscious. It's not, they don't, CDC comes out and says, well, we didn't know, they knew, they set this up for a reason. They've had this for years. All these things that's happening, they've showed you in movies. How do they know? How do they know? They played out perfectly. How do they know? Because they are planning it. They're behind it. They have to show you first before they do it to you. And if you don't believe it, that's on you. They've already told you. What is the saying? You've been warned. You've been warned. Verse 11, and for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned, who believe not the truth. You see, who believed not the truth. That means there's only one truth. When you put the in front of it, there's only one. 100% truth. And only time will tell. We already know we got the 100% truth. We know that. Okay? Because we see the prophecies coming to pass. And if we didn't have 100% truth, we would be blinded just like the rest of these other camps. Talking about the MOTB is a sin and is this and is everything but the truth. All right? That's why we don't take you serious. We just have to use you to warn the sheep, all right, so they can see what's actually going on and you see what's happening. Brothers are in these other camps. Wait, we've been saying it. You got to elect among these other camps, these other groups. That is why we teach. That is why we go into the scriptures. That's why we bring out the prophecies. Okay? And all you got to do is just do the work in truth and sincerity, and the Lord will do the rest. All right? Whenever the Spirit hits, you jump on it. That's it. You don't got to do anything outside of that. Just deal as the Spirit deals with you, and you'll be all right. You'll be all set. Okay? So it says what? That they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. Okay? They had pleasure in unrighteousness. Look up the word pleasure. Okay? The word pleasure says eudakeos. All right? Eudakeos or eudakeo. All right? Eudakeo. And it says to do willingly. All right? To be ready to prefer, to choose rather. All right? To be well pleased with. Okay? To take pleasure in. To be favorable, inclined towards one. Okay? It says, think it good, choose, determine, decide. So what do people do? Okay, what do people choose to do today? All right, they engage and take pleasure in unrighteousness. So we're living in the times of prophecy, okay, and these people are going to be destroyed. Okay, when you go into that word unrighteousness, it says adikia, all right, in the Greek, and it says injustice, it says of a judge, unrighteousness of heart and life. Okay, that's what's going on. This the past 2-3 years, that's all we've been facing. Everything that's anti-life has been promoted, and everything that is pro-life has been demonized. That's just what it is. Okay, a deed violating law and justice, act of unrighteousness. That's Esau. What has he done? That's it. Nothing but unrighteousness. Look what's going on around the world, and we haven't even mentioned all these earthquakes that's happening. All right, it's interesting. But all I'm going to say is, Babylon, get ready. Get ready. Okay? Get ready. Anyway, I'm going to leave it off there. Lord willing, you've been edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh, the Wadi Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And until next time, Shalom.